Hey everyone, just gonna get into another video here. It's probably another political type aspect video. It's just amazing that we can find racism and everything. Eventually, I'm gonna get into the meat what this video is about. It's be about Amy Schumer, but we'll get to her in a second. So let's just sit back and relax. And we'll get into it. But my dad came across an article today. I didn't read it myself, but he came across an article today where this college student wrote an article uh, trying to explain how milk is racist and its racism. These are just social justice warriors who don't know what real racism is and don't even fight real racism. Just find any stupid thing that they can pick out and make it into an argument just to hear themselves bitch and foam and yap at the mouth. So they hopefully these other mindless zombies, yuck it up and eat it up and just continue to fight essentially nothing just to promote a narrative or agenda that they want to push, whatever that may be. I just think it's become a mental disorder at this point. Um, and getting into feminism, you know, you you can't be a woman who you can't be a woman and be a feminism if you're a conservative, if you're anti-abortion, if you're pro-Trump. That just doesn't fit the mold. I.e., we're at the point where, even though I'm glad a lot of people, both on both sides and the Democrats, a lot of people tore in the little Bow Wow who threatened, to throw Melania Trump into prostitution when he went during the whole Snoop Dogg and Donald Trump uh, tip that they had going between them, and he had to intervene and give his 2 cents and make himself look like a jackass, and it backfired on him big time. Um, but you have these people like Samantha Bee, who she's up there. She's a puppet basically for modern feminism probably today, and Amy Schumer, Lena Dunham. But Amy Schumer, I said this is what this video is going to be about because she's complaining about her new special on Netflix receiving bad reviews and blaming it on Donald Trump. So much laughter for that. I saw bits and pieces of it. It's just her continuing to ride on vulgarity. I mean, there's a right way to do probably everything, So there's probably a right way to do vulgarity and a wrong way. It's just total. I mean, this is kind of talk that you have. This is like locker room talk. Okay? I'm not saying it's right or wrong. What I'm saying though is it's like her. It just seemed like her stand up, like just from the bits what have seen. It just seems like it's talk that you would have like with your for girls and with because girls do it too. They have locker room talk too. If girls with their girls and they're talking about certain guys and if guys with their guys with their guy friends talk about girls, and just the way she would talk, that's how it's presented. And she tries to present it as comedy. That's what it seemed like, and it got low ratings. So it was funny because I think when I watched Steven Crowder when he was doing a review, I think he said, if I'm not mistaken, watch her blame Trump or something. And sure enough, here I come across the article. Amy Schumer blames Donald Trump for bad reviews of her comedy special. Now, what does she say eventually? Before we get into that, it has a 1 star, the lowest possible rating. So it's okay. 1 star is the lowest possible rating. So averaging 1.5 stars with a 1,200 ratings is pretty bad, and it shows a general consensus of awfulness. This is from Fox News. Yes, I know Fox News is leaning right, but I'm just saying what they're reporting to you as a fact of what her ratings is. Now, whether you could want to contribute to trolls, critics, both, it's probably a combination of many things. Uh, and the LA Times, an LA Times reviewer said the special was too over the top. So this is, I think LA Times is more left. But see, this LA Times reviewer said the special was too over the top when it came to the R-rated content Schumer is known for. The Leather special not only relies on explicit themes, but kicks it all the way up a notch so there's more of it, with more frequencies and extremities. As it turns out, that's not a good thing. Newsday TV critic gave a similar message rating the special with a C grade, writing it's too much and too carnal. Yeah, see, I mean, like there was just where I saw some of the bits when I was watching Steven Crowder. It's just constant, talking about like how her pussy stinks so much, talking about the proper way or how to eat a woman out. It's she just relies so much on vulgarity and sex for her comedy. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I just don't. I don't get why she would expect people to probably, just be turned off by that. But that's not the main thing for this. Amy Schumer, and when she gets or when she responds to the feedback she gets, uh, she says, quote, I am so proud of my special and grateful to all the people spreading love online about it. I am the first female comic who is selling out arenas all over the world and so grateful for that. I am embarrassed for the journalists who report on trolls' activities as if it's news. It's indicative of an administration right now. There she's attacking the Trump administration. And uh, so she says, quote, further says, quote, I am only alarmed by the people printing the organized trolling as news. This is what the current administration wants. It's just, I mean, really? You're going to blame and take the equation of you not liking Donald Trump out of this, Amy Schumer. You're gonna blame someone else for your low ratings for your comedy special because, like I said, there's probably maybe a combination of trolls who just don't like you, but there's even critics saying that you just it was just too vulgar, and some people legitimately probably were turned off by that. But I love it further how you present yourself as this victim, but then you want to wrap yourself in martyrdom, like you're the leader for this, you know, basically the resistance or this movement against anti-Trump. Because further, she says, yes, call me a whale, quote, call me a whale, call me a thief, and I will continue to write and fought to rise and fight and lead. I know who I am. I am strong and beautiful, and will use my voice my whole time on this earth, said Schumer. I mean, yeah, and it says with this level of paranoia and delusion, it's hard to believe Amy Schumer hasn't been involuntarily committed to it. I mean, yeah, like I said, like to wrapping herself in this martyrdom after she, tries to be a victim, and she's just totally anti-Trump and blames him for her abysmal, you know, performance for her comedy special. It's just that's the whole comedy of it. That's the humor of it. Her blaming Trump for the abysmal performance that she had on that little Netflix special for her show. That's the only thing that's funny about it. I just I get sick and tired of seeing her face, Samantha Bee's face, Lena Dunham's face. But here's the one thing. Unlike them, I'll let them continue to have their voice because it's their right to do so. But furthermore, Amy Schumer, I mean, maybe this might be getting old and this might be a mute point to even bring this up anymore, but didn't you threaten to move out of the United States anyway if Trump had won? Yeah, we know you didn't mean those words. Actions speak louder than words, and she's not the only one. You got people like George Lopez, Miley Cyrus, Cher was one of them. But yeah, it had. She didn't think it couldn't possibly be. I mean, for her to be like, oh, it couldn't possibly be because my performance was just plain awful and my jokes were, terrible and just vulgar and disgusting, and how I presented myself. Oh, that couldn't be it. No, it's Donald Trump and the administration and people just trolling me and poor me, poor me. I need a blanket. Tough shit. Talk about an elitist attitude. I mean, you live a life of lavishness, and you will never, unless you manage your money poorly. So I don't know about that, but unless you manage your money poorly, you will never know what it's like to have to live probably paycheck to paycheck ever again. I'm not saying that you didn't have that one point in your life with your parents, because really I'm not a fan of you, so I'm not going to look up much information on you. I don't care to. I just get sick of seeing your face plastered and then you parading yourself around like you're some poster child for this resistance and this fight against the current administration. That's, like I said, that's the whole only humorous thing about this whole uh, outcome of the whole comedy special that you call is. Um, I mean, and then yeah. Also, I mean, you put yourself down too, and I mean, it's not you just put yourself down. It's just degrading yourself. Like how you say you're talking about the smell of your pussy, but I mean, I just you know, I just I can't stand it. But please continue to believe what you want to believe. Um, do I, for the viewers out there, do I think Donald Trump's the greatest president? I would say no. Probably not. But I will say I think this has been the most entertaining uh, presidential term that I've ever lived through yet, because it just the insanity from the other side, just still being batshit crazy and still whining and bitching and moaning and blaming him for everything that goes wrong in their own personal lives. I mean, and Amy Schumer, like, also probably went, like, yeah, if she were, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight for people because this administration is bad, but you have to believe that she in general she probably doesn't give a damn about you or I. I'm not saying that she's an evil person and she would look the other way if someone was hurt. No, that's not what I'm saying. But in general, she just probably. I mean, she probably. I mean, Trump's got an ego, but I'm sure Amy Schumer's got one, and it's showing because she obviously, like I said, wrapped herself in this martyrdom about, oh, look at me, like how you can call me fat, a pig, or a whale or anything, but I'll continue to rise and fight and lead. Okay, you're a true warrior there, Amy Schumer. I tell you what, they try to make themselves more important and for some reason real more heroic than they actually are. So that was just my little rant here. I'll leave the article in the video. You can check it out and read the whole thing yourself. But it's just funny. I just uh, I know what to say, but it's amusing. It's amusing, and please, you know what? I actually hope they keep doing this because it's actually just entertainment for me. So with that said, as always, I'm Nam, and always use your noodle.